Well, this will be easy. I'm scheduled for 15 minutes. The first 12 minutes was the interview with Emily. So I will get us back on schedule. I've learned several things tonight. The one thing I've really struck home to me is that I sure as hell wish there were more conversations like we're having here tonight at the national level in this country and also in Ireland, because this is what the future is all about. 21st century is the century of innovation. It's not the century of getting $75 for screwing lug nuts on wheels. It's for adding value to what you do. And the key things you need to add value are education, smart people, good ideas, that's investment in R&D, and then the right environment. You heard the four gentlemen on the panel here talk about environment. Environment is rule of law, it's intellectual property protection, it's availability of venture capital, it's the ease of starting business, and it's the lack of any negativity associated with starting a business and failing. And unless we get that right, that formula right, nothing else matters going forward. You can look around and see the competition that not just Ireland has or the U.S. has. Norm Augustine, the prior CEO of Lockheed Martin, just sent me an email today, a little article saying, isn't it interesting, China will surpass the United States in 2013 in terms of technical articles published in refereed journals. Past the United States. So it's, you know, we've been arguing for the last several years about, gee whiz, Chinese and the Indians educate more engineers than we do in the U.S., but it's the quality that counts, and now the quality is getting more on a parity. And next argument we're going to have is the scientific journal articles that are published. They're going to be more than us, but the quality won't be good, and so maybe it'll take to 2015 for the quality to get there. You know, these things are written, and the signposts are there. What you have to do to be competitive in the 21st century is totally clear, and we have to get that straight with our leaders in Dublin, with the leaders in Washington, D.C., with the leaders of all of the Western economies, Japan, Western Europe, and the United States. You know, you either choose to compete going forward, or you can whine and cry about the unfair competition because people are trampling on you. And I'm one that chooses to compete. That's what the Technology Leadership Group is all about. It's helping Irish entrepreneurs compete. That's what we try and do in the United States with our BC community. Let our entrepreneurs compete. That's absolutely critical. Rich, I do want to thank you for your comments. I have two automobiles. One is a regular old-fashioned Hummer. It will crush any Prius. Even though its carbon footprint is not exactly politically correct.
I'll invest in Ukraine.
I keep it in Montana because in Montana they don't pay much attention to carbon footprints. And the other is the remake of the Ford GT, and it does 0-60 under 3 seconds and 210 miles an hour. So a fast one and a big, strong one. I've got both ends covered. I hope you, well, first of all, let me offer my appreciation for all of you attending tonight. This is really what the ITLG is all about, and it's basically exposing Irish entrepreneurs to the United States, giving them an opportunity to be successful, getting them exposed to venture capitalists, getting them exposed to U.S. economy, getting them exposed to U.S. companies that can help them bring their products, their services in the marketplace. I hope you enjoyed the little showcase we had before the dinner, and I think it's very helpful to be able to walk and see what people are doing and see what sort of technology they're dealing with. I was enamored with a couple of things out there. By the way, I didn't get a vote in who wins tonight, so I can be enamored with anybody I want. But I thought there's the opportunity to combine two of the people that were presenting their technology out there. You know, the guys, and I think it's IntelliLens, who, you know, put monitors on the body and they get respiration rate and blood pressure and heartbeat and blood oxygen content. If you combine that with the guys that were instrumenting the golf course, think of what you could have. Not only how far did you hit the drive, but what did your heart do when it hit the water hazard? And when you miss that 20-foot putt by 1 centimeter, just No, not just being able to talk about, look at what happened to my pulse rate when that happened. You guys really need to get together. I think there's an absolute business opportunity there. Going forward, I think the message that ITLG is trying to present is absolutely the appropriate message, not just for Ireland, not just for the United States, but anybody who wants to be competitive in the century we're now in. And that is, you better have the best damn education system you can, because unless you add value to what you do, your standard of living is going to fall. And speaking to the U.S. folks in the audience, for a nation who enjoys about one of the highest standards of living in the world, and where our generation and the 25-year-olds is less well educated than the 55-year-old cohort, that ought to be a wake-up call. And it's not an academic discussion. It's an absolute discussion of what the standard of living is going to be for the next generation, who are ill-prepared to add value to what they do. The fact that the United States thinks of programs to drive the economy in terms of things like shovel-ready or asphalt-ready, as opposed to investing in the next generation of technology, the next generation of research and development, the next generation of ideas. We have to be prepared to compete in the 21st century. And you're only going to compete with smart people and smart ideas in the right environment. That's what ITLG is trying to do for Irish entrepreneurs. I would encourage all of you U.S. folks in the audience to encourage our elected officials, to encourage our economy, our society to move in exactly the same direction. Thank you for attending tonight.